All right. And I'm seeing this as like a portal. I feel like there's this, this is the beginning of eclipse season. And it's really like opening up this world of potential. And I see you taking advantage of it. Now, there's magic happening. There is a sense, of course, things are still shifting. I think there's still this sense of containment, especially with these, the Five of Coins, the Four of Cups. And not that these are bad cards. I see this as like contained enthusiasm, right? Right? Like kind of being smart. And this Four of Coins here, right? We have this coiling, it's like a hand in the shape of a snake. And it's like it's coiling within this box. And it's movement though, right? I'm kind of seeing this as movement within the situation, right? That you're in, like growing within the current situation, using this time to your best ability. And that's really beautiful. And it's interesting that we have 6, 5, 4 of coins. Because if you remember, was it last time that you all got the 3 of coins? And it's Mars in Capricorn. And it was like that particular card. It was shaking things loose, right? Things were finally shaking loose. So we've got 6, 5, 4. And that 3 of coins, Mars and Capricorn, which Mars isn't going to be in Capricorn, but Mars is making those aspects to those planets in Capricorn. And I believe next month, December, is when it's going to be making its final, like it's been making squares to those planets, and makes it, I think it's doing it 3 times, right? The three planets 3 times. Mars and Capricorn. So I feel like this is kind of like that countdown to that point where things really start shaking loose for you guys. And so, okay. I just wanted to kind of hit on that really quick. Okay, so yeah, I'm seeing this as like a portal too, right? This like kind of swirly, this is like the Deva of this showed up in Virgo. So I feel like it's, you're getting this shot of hope, possibility. Just this whole time period is just opening up this like ability to create, right? This weaving flowers. And it's making, making us feel good too, right? Which is good. At any rate, so we've got 6 of coins in the past. And, with this 5 of coins here, I always feel like, I noticed the 2, right? It's like there's 2 handprints. I think there's 2 sets of footprints. They overlap each other so much that you can barely see it though, right? It's like, so there's 2 people involved here, I feel. Oops, sorry. And we do have the 4 of flames here in the future. This 2 of cups here. And I do think that, this is, of course, this is your relationships, right? And possibly that where you've given too much in the past, right? We know Libra has this as a sign, right? Not every person, but as a sign, you all tend to kind of want to keep the peace, and so therefore you tend to overgive and kind of compromise yourself to a certain extent. I feel like it's like with this 5 of coins, you know, there's this realization, and now there's this shift in the way that you do things, the way that you interact with people. And it's kind of uncomfortable, right? I also feel like, you know, with this Grace and Perry sitting here, that you might feel like a bit of a black sheep in the family, right? It's like, in the past, you tried to be the good son, right? Or the good daughter, and fit in. And I feel like now you're starting, you know, it's like you're going to show up to Thanksgiving dinner like this and be like, I'm here, you know. You know, it's like you're really shifting the way that you're doing things is what I'm feeling. And yes, it might feel a little uncomfortable, but it's allowing you to be more you, right? And this strength card tops it. And this is your air element. This is how you're thinking. And I feel like this is like strength of character. And I feel like this shift, this showing up, you know, kind of taking a leap and doing so, right? Look at that a little bit closer. You know, and there's all this ocean is swirling around, and the heavens are swirling around, right? It's like all of this is going on around you, going on within you as well. But, you know, you've got spirit with you. You know, this is like a white eagle or something, some kind of spirit guide, kind of holding you back when you need to be held back. You know, this is a time period, I feel like, you know, where Mars has gone direct. This is Saturn in Taurus, right? That restriction, those last few degrees that those planets are in Capricorn, getting ready to move into Aquarius, right? And this is like Aquarian energy too, number 0. There is Saturn and Jupiter are going to be conjuncting at 0 degrees of Aquarius next month on the 21st, right? This is like, and I feel like you can feel this. I feel like we probably can all feel this energy, right? This like portal opening up, and we're ready to walk through, but Spirit's like holding us back, right? It's not quite time yet, right? There's still a little bit of growing to do right here where we are. And I'm not going to mess with that too much right now. I'll be picking it back up again in a minute. So, you know, it's like we're getting this burst of energy with that Aries, with the Mars turning direct. And in addition to all the work that we've been doing, right? And this is like, I've had this new, and look, this is 11 and this is 8, you know, and of course there are some decks do that, but most of them, it's the other way. They're both showing up here. So that's exciting for me for some reason. But I've felt like this is also that confidence, humility balance, right? That's kind of come into play for me. And with justice as well, right? It's like sometimes that integrity can verge on self-righteousness. So it's like, I feel like we're really working on that balance here. And yeah, knowing that you've got what it takes, you've got the strength to really step up and make these changes in your physical world. And manifestation. The strength card for me is a manifester card. We do see this moon energy in this as well. And this is moon in Taurus. So there's lots of, this is moon in Cancer. So there's lots of moon energy going on here. Okay. So getting back to, this is the center of the reading, the heart of the reading. And it says, scratch at the surface until your fingers bleed. Meaning separates art from craft. Try something new, the old-fashioned way. I'm just, you know, I'm getting this light-hearted feeling, right? The Fool, he's kind of light-hearted, open, right? We see this figure like just with his arms open, his heart just thrust forward is the word I'm looking for. All right, and we can see this like face in the front of the mountain here. And that face looks kind and benevolent to me, right? And there's lots of roots, right? You've worked hard to get this energy, this full energy. And you're still being held back. And this is like, you know, this purse. I feel like, you know, it's like this energy, this new start, this heart, right? This like, I feel like, you know, with this justice in your subconscious, that there's a lot of karma that's been burned away, right? We've been doing that inner child work, and it's helping, right? We're really bringing that inner child out and healing those wounds, and like, or just letting them be, right? But loving them anyway, because this teddy bear is all torn up, right? This Fool's jacket is tattered. It's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. We can live with the scars. We can still love in spite of the scars. So I feel like, you know, that scratch at the surface until your fingers bleed. Yeah, there might be a little bit more work to do. There usually is. It keeps going and going. But this is, you know, what you're consciously wanting to achieve, what you think is possible. And, you know, we've got, you know, an 11 here, another 1 here, a 0 here, which is possibility out the yin yang. Yeah, this is absolutely possible. I mean, we've got strength on this side and 2 of Cups on this side. Beautiful energy. So you're, you know, and this is, you know, he kind of was, you should check out some of his work. It's absolutely amazing, especially his sketches. I love his sketches. There's a lot of esoteric meaning behind them. But what he's really, you know, known for, he kind of really was the pioneer of the self-portrait. So yeah, you know, and the magic card is the number 1. It is the card of self. So yeah, I think we're still looking at ourselves quite a bit, you know, finding this balance, right? Even this, I feel, is it's dual meaning, I think. I think this is looking at ourselves, finding that balance between ourselves, much like that Lover's card. But this is also about a soulmate as well. I mean, it is touching this 4 of Flames. But we'll get into that. But at this point in time, it's kind of focused on the self. And finding, you know, that balance within the self is what allows us to manifest. And there is magic going on, whether or not this is something that you're trying to do, it's creating it. This is a musical instrument. I can't remember what it's called right now. So there's like this creativity that's happening too, right? Especially with this Grace and Perry being here. So there's some kind of creative outlet that if you're not doing, you should be doing. Whether that's writing, painting, you know, whatever calls to you. Know your perspective, right? And it says apocalypse then. All right, when this is all over, we're all going to be such different people. You know, and this is part of that shift. You know, this Five of Coins is that shift on a massive scale as well. So below, we have in lieu of a canvas, find a wall. Try collaborating with Andy Warhol. Good work can come from bad habits. What I'm really getting here in the subconscious is, yes, the manifestation, the downloads. But, you know, I can't help, when I look at this card, right, I see like an eye here. I see a nose here. See an eye here, nose here, right? Like I keep on seeing eyes and noses. So there's like, even here, maybe this is a nose right here and a hawk's head, right? You know, like I get different lives. And when I see this kind of tapestry and the way she, you know, I almost feel like it's like she's writing, right? Recording the details of your life. Looking at, and I feel like you're accessing the Akashic records, right? Like past lives, burning karma, downloads of past lives, of lessons. All right, there's a lot going on, but there's also this balancing, right? The light and the dark, the primal with the domesticated, right? So yeah, I mean, like, a lot's happening here. I feel like you're burning karma because of this inner work you're doing. You're creating, whether or not you're like meaning to manifest or not, you are. You absolutely are. Now, here we have, and I see this as like the second week, and it's all cups energy, so you're very much in your emotions, right? And we have this, that's funny, because you've got the umbrella here. That is funny. So things might get a little wet, right? And it's okay. Tears are so healing. And last week, the beginning of last week, when we had that third Jupiter-Pluto conjunction, oh my gosh, I had the best meditation and I cried, right? And I kind of see that here for you. I cried and cried, but it was like joyful, right? At any rate, I'm kind of seeing this Four of Cups very much connected to this Fool card, right? All these waves, and here we have all the waves, but it's all, you know, it's like contained. And in this, you know, you're contained. You know, it's like the opposite. It's like this mirrored thing, right? And so I feel like there is, you know, someone that you're mirroring. They're going through the same thing. But I don't know if, I feel like if you are, you know, because this is the fire element, which is where you're taking action, but it's also spirit. If you are interacting with someone, I think that it's the initial stages and that you're taking it slow, right? Your emotions are being contained here, and it draws me back to this as well, right? This blue purse. This blue, that higher consciousness and love. The 4 is the number of the heart chakra. So, you know, I feel like there is this exploration, this turning inward, this exploration of your emotions, because it is showing up in the water element. So if you are interacting with someone, there is, whether it's just that you know, want to take it slow because you're doing the smart thing, or if it's that you're kind of, you know, wanting to protect your heart, you know, protect this good feeling that you have. You know, you want to take it slow. Things are still a little tender, right? We've been doing a lot of this, you know, I'm drawn here, you know, you're protecting this inner child, perhaps. And I think it's the right thing to do, because we are, you know, in this kind of shaky place in the world. We are still quite tender here. I also think that this is that communicating with your higher self, communicating with spirit. This could be just a person, a friend, a soulmate, right? I have my best friend show up as the 2 of Cups. So it could be. Take what resonates. But all of this, taking it slow, right? Allowing things to unfold at a natural pace. This exploration of self is leading to this beautiful energy here of the 4 of Flames in your future. And I think in this card, I think this deck, she calls it the cosmic nuptials. So, you know, whether this is a counterpart or not, this is beautiful, flowing energy, right? This gold that's in this, right? This possibility coming into fruition, and it's stable.